guys, it's Nick from Kicking Goals, and in this video today I'm going to do my opening round footy tips. That's right, the footy is back. Man, it's gone so quick, the off season. It just went just like that. So I'm looking forward to this season, to see who wins the premiership, see who plays well, see who rises on the ladder, see who goes downhill. It's going to be interesting. But anyway, I'm going to do my tips now. And the first match is between Sydney and Melbourne. Sydney, they didn't have the best season last year. They had a good second half of the year. They just made the finals. They finished 8th. And they got eliminated in the first week of the finals by Carlton. So they're hoping to start their season off in a positive note. They've got Brodie Grundy in the ruck, so hopefully that will boost them up. And with Melbourne, well, they didn't really do much in the trade period. They got rid of Brodie Grundy to Sydney, so Grundy will be playing against his old team. They got rid of James Harmes to the Western Bulldogs, so they got rid of a couple of players. But since Sydney have home ground advantage, I'm going to tip them in a close one here, and I'm going to tip Sydney to win by 7 points. So the second game of the week will be on the Friday between Brisbane and Carlton in the preliminary final rematch. Carlton, they had a great finish to the season last year. They finished into the preliminary final, and Brisbane, they played in a losing grand final, almost won it. Brisbane are normally good at the Gabba. Last year they were 100% winning accuracy at the Gabba. So, but Carlton, I'm going to tip them in an upset here, not just because of it's my team, but I reckon, they've won games without Walsh in the past, without Wiedering in the past, so they can do it. And I'm going to tip them to win by 15 points. So the second last match of the week is going to be between Gold Coast and Richmond. Gold Coast still yet to make a finals appearance. Richmond haven't had the best season last year. So, I don't know who's going to win this, but I've tipped Gold Coast since it's at their home ground. I know Studi's going to be at the game as well, so who knows, we might see him on TV maybe. Depends where he's sitting. But anyway, back to the game. I reckon Gold Coast will just get over the line, and I reckon they'll win by 3 points in a really close one. Now the final match of the week will be another preliminary final rematch, and that match is between GWS and Collingwood. GWS last year, I think they were like 16th on the ladder in the second half of the year, and they just turned their season around just like that, and they were 1 point away from the grand final. Can you believe it? Collingwood, well, they're coming off a premiership. They won their first premiership since 2010, and they added Lachie Schultz into the team, which is really handy because he kicked over 30 goals for Fremantle last year, so I reckon that's a good steal for Collingwood. So I reckon this is going to be pretty much maybe the game of the round, maybe. So I'm going to go Collingwood in another close one to win by 4 points. Alrighty everyone, I've got a special guest here in Cardman22. I'm going to ask him a few questions. So the first question is, how long have you been in the AFL community, and has it changed much over the years?
Good question. Look, I've been around for a while, like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really say I was properly in it as much in 2019, but I sort of got into it a little bit more into 2020. That was when the COVID times hit and all that, so a lot of the interactions were done virtually and all that, and over time it's certainly changed. It's gotten a lot bigger. People have come and gone. Like you know, people like Mitch Ryan. You remember him?
Yeah, I remember Mitch Ryan.
Yeah, so he was definitely prominent in 2020, 2021 when our first sort of community mates, and it's sort of shifted a little bit. So there's more of just more people, honestly, and more people to go to footy games with. The community's gotten, I reckon, a lot bigger.
Yeah. All right. The next question is, how is the Cardman 22 channel going? Are you kicking goals?
Am I kicking goals?
Yeah, like.
What do you mean by kicking goals?
On your channel, do you think you're achieving any goals, like on your channel?
Oh yeah. Oh well, this year it's been a good start to the year. January obviously was a bit slow and all that, but footy season's starting to ramp up. So yeah, hit my goal of 32k in Feb. Sort of passed that quite nicely, and
that's pretty good.
Yeah, just hoping to grow the channel this year. You're just continuously going up. Hopefully, like, an end of year goal, I've got a big one of 45k. I don't know if I'll hit that, but yeah, just going above and beyond.
Yeah, you never know. 32k is pretty good.
Yeah, not bad for the month, for sure.
Oh, the next question was how many subscribers do you have? But you've already answered that, obviously.
Yeah, well, to be specific, 32,200 and let's have a look. 32,205. There you go.
Rightio.
As a record.
All right, next one. Can you name one person who has greatly influenced you on your journey to becoming the Michael Jackson of the AFL YouTube community?
Who thought of these questions? The Michael Jackson of the AFL community. I don't really want to be known as Michael Jackson in certain ways, but probably the big man himself and Caden McDonald. He's inspired a lot of people to get their channels created, and obviously I was watching him before I really had any aspirations of actually taking this seriously. So sort of with the the videos and all that made me want to make videos similar to his. A lot of my videos at the start were very much inspired by his, and still are to this day. So I'd probably say him. Yep,
yeah, he's one of the good guys. Caden McDonald is. Number 5. What's going to be the big AFL surprise this year? Like, do you reckon?
In the 20 season?
Yeah.
Big surprise. That's a good question. I don't know, because I haven't really had much time to think of this. I'm going to have to go off the top of my head. Obviously, I said in my predictions that Gold Coast would be a team that could rise into the 8.
Yeah.
I know at the moment they're not as much looking the best in pre-season, but I reckon the big surprise would be not just for them to make finals, make it to a home final and win a final. That'd be a pretty big surprise in the dimmer.
Yeah, like Damien Hardwick's a pretty good coach because he coached Richmond to 3 flags in 4 years.
Yeah, he did.
Just 4 more quick questions before to wrap it up. What made you go for St Kilda, and why are you still barracking for them? Aren't they delisted?
I'm not going to change clubs, Nick. You would know that. Well, I've been supporting them probably all my life.
Yes.
Of course I would be doing, because obviously through family and all that, my dad supported the Saints. His dad supported the Saints when he moved to Australia, so
fair enough.
There was no real other option, honestly. And when I was supporting the Saints whilst quite young, we were quite a successful club, and I reckon I took advantage of that a little bit at the time. Didn't really know how we were actually going to become over the next 10 years. Not so well, but yeah, St Kilda. Now I ended up supporting them.
Yeah. And Cardi, how old are you? Aren't you a bit old to be collecting footy cards?
Oh, same goes to you there, Nick.
Well, I don't really collect them though much anymore though.
I don't collect them that much, to be fair either. I mean, I still collect them obviously. Like this year, I'll buy the Ted Catch card, but they're getting more expensive now, like $4 a pack.
Yeah, they used to be $3.
It's not quite the same, I don't think, collecting footy cards as it was back when I was a kid and all that. But more people I know are collecting the cards, so I guess there's more sort of intent to collect them. And obviously it's more for the channel just to see how the cards look like. So yeah, I won't collect them as much as other years though, but still here and there.
Yeah, like I know Jason Collectibles and Northie and Scorecard Collectibles will be collecting them for sure.
Well, they go above and beyond when it comes to that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
They're extreme collectors, I'd say.
Second last question. Is there a Mrs. Cardman?
I wish there was a Mrs. Card. Well, I wouldn't call it a Miss. You're not calling it that, Nick, and let's just settle down there right now for a second. No, not at the moment, but hopefully soon. Was there a Mrs. Valerio in the cards?
Not yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I've got to make a real effort for it though. The thing is, at the moment, quite busy with the footy stuff, so I don't know if I'll have time for a Mrs. Cardman, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Or a card woman, as others
card woman 22. And
yep.
All right, last question to wrap it off. Who do you consider to be the best AFL player ever? Like, it can be anyone.
Oh, that's a good question. I got asked this question a couple of weeks ago. Best ever, like, I wasn't around to watch the likes of Senior, like Lee Matthews, Wayne Kidd, all of those players. So Tony Lockett. So I could go for one of them, but I'm going to go for a player that I actually watch for a lot of my time watching footy. So I'm going to go Gary Ablett Jr. I reckon.
Oh yeah.
He probably. There's no right or wrong answer, but I feel like he was the best player that I've seen live. So we'll go to him.
Yeah, he's been a legend. Dual Brownlow medalist, over 350 games for Geelong and Gold Coast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'd go with Buddy Franklin because he kicked over 1,000 goals for Hawthorn at Sydney. He won 4 Coleman.
Yeah.
And
he's not the only player to kick over 1,000 goals there, but still, he's probably the best forward in the modern era for sure.
And he won a couple of flags with the Hawks as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So, have you got anything else to add, Cardi, before we wrap it up?
Oh, really? No. It's good to be the first guest.
So, I'd like to thank you for coming on and sparing a bit of time to answering a few of my questions.
That's all good, Nick. Anytime.
Well, that's it for the video, guys. Please like, comment and subscribe. And I'm running a footy tipping comp this year, so I'll put the link down below or the name of my tipping comp so you can join it. And I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Catch up.